Good evening, I'm Sonia Kaleselvam and this is KiniNews. Najib Abdul Razak and Muhammad Irwan Serigar Abdullah were granted a discharge not amounting to an acquittal in a CBT case today. Here's more on that.
Former Premier Najib Abdul Razak and former Treasury Secretary General Muhammad Irwan Serigar Abdullah were granted a discharge not amounting to an acquittal today. This was over 6 criminal breach of trust charges involving 6.6 billion ringgit. The Kuala Lumpur High Court today allowed the defence team's DNAA bid following the prosecution's failure to hand over several classified documents crucial for the two to prepare their defence. The CBT criminal case against Najib and Irwan is linked to alleged payments of government funds to the International Petroleum Investment Company. During open court proceedings this morning, Judge Muhammad Jamil Hussin pointed out that the prosecution failed to abide by the requirements of Section 5.A of the Criminal Procedure Code. The disclosure provision requires the prosecution to reveal information and disclose documents that it intends to produce in the case against an accused person before the commencement of a trial. The judge said the DNAA does not prejudice the prosecution as the two accused can still be recharged. On October 25, 2018, Najib and Irwan had pleaded not guilty to the 6 CBT counts before the Sessions Court. The case was later transferred to the High Court.
Akmal Saleh has challenged Tiong Singh to a debate over the signage issue. He also urged the Prime Minister to replace Tiong with someone else.
Umno Youth Chief Dr Muhamad Akmal Saleh has challenged Tourism, Culture and Arts Minister Tiong Singh to a debate over Kuala Lumpur City Hall's decision to crack down on signages not properly displaying the Malay language. In a post on Facebook, he said he challenges the minister to an open debate on the signboard issue. Akmal also urged the Prime Minister to replace Tiong with someone else. He said it was Tiong who was bringing shame to the country by not understanding Malaysians' sensitivity and claimed that he lacked a good command of the Malay language. He added that if Tiong was at this level, then the Prime Minister should replace him with someone more capable, and it would be better to have Jelutong MP RSN Rayer as Tourism Minister. The war of words between both politicians started after DBKL launched a large-scale operation targeting signs that failed to give sufficient prominence to the Malay language. Subsequently, Tiong said tourists had asked him whether Malaysia is a racist or religiously extreme country and urged DBKL to be more open. In response to this, Akmal said racists are those who had lived in Malaysia for so long but pretended not to understand the laws and sensitivities of the people in the country. This led to Tiong questioning the Melaka Executive Councillor for Rural Development, Agriculture and Food Security on what he has done for the state. He said Akmal had only humiliated his own party and told him that as a leader, our responsibility is to build unity and find solutions to problems, not cause racial issues which don't bring any benefits.
Meanwhile, Tiong has clarified that his apology was not related to the signage issue. He said the apology was for several accidents involving foreign tourists on tour buses.
Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Tiong Singh has clarified that his apology to China tourists last week had nothing to do with the controversy surrounding non-Malay languages being used on signages. In a statement last night, he said the apology was for several accidents involving foreign tourists on tour buses, which have led to injuries and deaths and raised doubts abroad about the quality of tourism in Malaysia. Therefore, he said he sought to restore tourists' confidence by assuring them that Malaysia is taking action to improve its safety measures, not just in China but also during his visit to Japan earlier this month. He said he apologized for any shortcomings in ensuring safety of tourists, as it is our responsibility as hosts to ensure tourists can enjoy their holidays safely and happily. When such holidays take a tragic turn, he said stern measures must be taken to prevent them from recurring. Tiong also revealed that during his visit to Japan, he had apologized to accident victims and their families during meetings with the country's land, infrastructure, transport and tourism ministry and travel agencies. Meanwhile, Tiong questioned Machang MP, Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal, asking him why he is still stirring trouble in Parliament, even though he has been suspended, and whether he had done his research before he spoke. Wan Faisal had previously linked Tiong's apology in Shanghai to the controversy surrounding signages and criticized the apology as unwarranted and trivial.
In conjunction with Malaysia Kini turning 25 from now to 30 November, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Next, Dr Muhammad has denied knowledge of attempts to entice BN away from the government.
Former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad has denied any knowledge about attempts to entice BN away from the coalition government. When asked about the issue today, this was what he said.
Saya tak tahu. Saya cuma penasihat kepada G4 saja.
Mungkin tuan dimaklumkan untuk mendapatkan nasihat berhubung dengan usaha tu?
Kebanyakannya pasal pembangunan, bukan pasal politik.
SG4 is a company formed by the 4 states administered by Perikatan Nasional aimed at boosting their economic development. Previously, BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi had claimed that there were attempts to court his coalition out of the government and make him prime minister. He was reported as saying during the Federal Territories BN convention that some opposition MPs came and said they wanted to form a coalition government with BN. He claimed that they want to be back in the government and sought 4 ministerships. According to Berita Harian, Zahid alleged that they even suggested for a BN leader to become the new prime minister, but he stated that he had shot it down. However, Perikatan National Supreme Council member Ronald Kiandi has dismissed Zahid's claims. He reportedly said that if there are individuals, including MPs, who are involved in such discussions, it is not carried out with the party's mandate.
Still on Mahathir, he also responded to a question on whether the whistleblower in the Sabah scandal should be given protection. This was what he said.
Former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad said that the whistleblower behind the alleged Sabah corruption scandal should be accorded protection under the Whistleblower Protection Act 2010. When asked about the issue today, Mahathir told reporters that whistleblowers have to be given protection.
Ya, whistleblower mesti beri perlindungan. Kalau tidak, dia tak cerita.
Ini termasuk skandal Sabah yang melibatkan jutaan ringgit.
Saya tak ikut laporan itu.
Tapi mana-mana whistleblower memerlukan perlindungan daripada
whistleblower mesti dilindungi. Kalau tidak, kalau dia tak bagi maklumat lah.
The whistleblower is seeking legal immunity in exchange for exposing the scandal, which has rocked the Sabah government. Apart from videos, the business person claimed he possesses documents and banking details to prove that he had bribed assembly persons to support his application for a mineral exploration project. Previously, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim shot down the immunity request, stating that the bribe giver should also be investigated. Anwar said if there is vague information including whether the whistleblower is also involved in corruption, it must be reviewed and investigated, not give them protection immediately.
PAS has proposed that Taqiyuddin Hassan take over the PN Secretary General position from Hamzah Zainuddin.
PAS Youth has proposed that the party's Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan replace Hamzah Zainuddin as the new Perikatan Nasional Secretary General. PAS Youth Chief Afnan Hamimitai Azamuddin suggested this in light of Hamzah being given a new mandate as Bersatu's Deputy President. He said the proposal aligns with the experience and seniority that Taqiyuddin has within PN, especially since he previously served as the Deputy Secretary General of PN. Hamzah was recently elected as Bersatu Deputy President unopposed, replacing Ahmad Faisal Azumu, who is now a party Vice President. By current convention, the Bersatu Deputy President should be one of PN's Deputy Chairpersons alongside the President of PAS and Gerakan. PAS Youth's proposal for the party to get the PN Secretary General post comes a week after a squabble between PAS and other PN partners over who should be the coalition's Prime Minister candidate. Faisal had said that the candidate should be PN Chief Muhyiddin Yassin, while PAS spiritual leader Hashim Jassin said that it should be someone from PAS.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia Kaliselvam. Thanks for watching.